Is my screen visible, everyone?
Yeah.
Let me show you this. So yeah, I am into this account only, guys. Right. So this is your application. So the only rule for you right now, for your whether you are in admin account or whether you're in empty account, if you're an admin account, you won't get Joule Studio because there's a separate one I have procured for you guys for practicing that one. For Joule, you're empty, you'll see the Joule suite also here. Okay, we are starting anyways Joule. So this is what the application, and here. So S4 HANA has been added for that right now. I'll show you how you can create destinations and everything now so that you can start adding that and you can work on that as well.
At least S4 HANA is there, we can practice, but that was also not there. No, that's
Yeah,
right.
I got that added. He is adding that. He's refreshing this DB also to get all those tables and everything. So this is the integration part. Now you can see this is your BTP destinations. See, HANA backend system is added in it. For 2023, whatever is there. Okay, so right now it is showing as failed because he is restarting the DB, but this is already got connected. I checked it and I'm able to get all the tables and everything. So you can connect and we can do the exercises after the session. Okay. And similarly, I have asked him. So here for the library also, we have some functions are there, but I have asked him the processes, not actions. So he said, like, these are the standard libraries which are missing from the standard GUI interfaces for what earlier SAP has been given, that he has to integrate that. But still, he said there is small patch that he has to load it. So he want to load it, but the moment when he load it, it will take at least 2 to 3 hours of time for him to get these restarts and everything done. So I said to stop him. So after my session, I asked him to do it because this might hamper our session also. So he said he will do it because this guy will sits in Germany and our servers also in based out from the online only. So these are all from Germany only directly. So we have to work along with them, the Germany working hours only. So that is the reason. So I'm like in coordination with them. Okay. But now this SAP S4 HANA is available for you. We can start practicing after the session. You'll get activated the remaining database tables. Okay.
Okay.
And coming to our one, whatever I have showed, right? That is pure, I told you, right? This is a complete web issue or kind of, what I can say, sometimes a refresh will not happen, might not happen. And I have built the same application again from the start in the scratch. I'll just show you this. So the same application is available in the template also, but why I have showed to you, because you guys will understand on a step-by-step process clearly. So what to do, how to do kind of things, you will get clarity. So hence I have showed you step-by-step clearly all the BPA automation as well. Okay. So this I have already built. So you have seen that, right? So the same thing, when I have binded the object, this binding has been got problem, right? So now that when I have rebuilt again the same thing with the same things, it has enabled me and it was got done. So yes, so these are all a kind of sandbox initial issues only. And not only that, when SAP gives a kind of what we call instances and servers, sometimes these type of issues might happen frequently. So that is not a drawback, but yes, because they do have a lot of what they will generally do, they have a instance copies will be there. The moment when we request them, they'll copy something. So with that, what happens, sometimes a few things work out, few things will not work out. So the moment when we talk to them or make a request to them, so they will adjust few things here, there. But at times also internal to because it's a cloud server, always we connect to cloud. Few things will not work, at that moment or at that instant. After half an hour, sometime when you work, it will again work. This is what happened in our case also in invoice approval. I built everything again from the start, and this was being worked out. Okay. The only
So you
configuration
created a new different variable there because it was invoice details K.
because I
Now I
removed
could see the
K and I created
DTK.
that. See, this I all built fresh only. These are all the things, same things I have built it again fresh.
So
Okay, I removed all the Ks and everything because I'm in a new server here. I mean the new thing I have built it. You can see this I have already built. See, this is the last updated. I created this on. Okay, where I have created everything. I created every single process and everything here. Same like, so nothing there. Only thing is in the determine approver that whatever that we want to build it, right? That was not done. I'll show you that clearly. What we have done also.
Return value captured, approved or rejected?
Yeah, the mail values are not capturing because still here also one important thing, which was missing is whatever the mail configuration I'm doing. Because the moment when I am sending this form, it is getting sent. That means the form is getting sent, but it was for the next actions for whatever you are seeing here, right? This next actions, whatever are there. To make them enabled, I need this form to go to the approver. Now I given SAP BTP 11 as an approver. So the moment when I go to this guy here, this inbox configuration is there, right? So this was not been configured by SAP. So we raised a ticket to them also that, because this is, as I said, the cloud will be completely managed by SAP. Even BTP admin will have limited admin things will be there. So now they are configuring this because the earlier things, whatever we have used, in Joule kind of setup, we don't require all these things because I have showed you a complete suite here. So then we requested that and all these things came inline one by one there. And then this inbox things also, because earlier they said until this process will be fine and we cannot go ahead on that. So I said, no, the approvals need should be showed and they have to understand what's happening in the system also. So they have taken the request. Now they are configuring this inbox also. So we have to configure this inbox to whatever the email IDs now we are going. For example, here it is BTP 11. So to this BTP 11 only, I'm able to see because he is the sender, he is the approver. So that both access, they have to enable it for that. So they have to configure it separately. There is a separate note also for that and which they are implementing that. And then once that is done, everyone, not only BTP 11, for BTP 12, BTP 12 will be sender, BTP 12 will be the receiver. A kind of the same configuration will be applied to everyone there. Then you can see your approvals also. So that is the one such thing that we have it. But you can build this process. There is no hurdles in building the process. You can still go to this, whatever you are doing here. You can see this, for example, this one I built it. Where is this one? My approval process. Yeah, this one. You can just go to here. You can see the versions. If you go to the versions, we deployed versions, you can see. So this version, you can just click on there. So you guys can see here, the form link is there here. Just putting the form link here. So this form is getting submitted. The only thing is once this form submitted should go to the approval. That means to the inbox of it. That is where that inbox is not configured. I am not getting. So I tried getting, other SAP IDs also. Other half I have worked for this only with SAP directly. But yes, whatever they told is they have to configure it and they'll resolve it by is what they told to us. The ETA is like that for them. So once it configured, you can see the rest of decisions, but that will not be a showstopper for you because you can still go to this. You can build the process. So I'll explain you the process one more time for this kind of things. So this is your trigger. Initially, what we have done. So for this, what I have done initially, once we created the process, okay. So I created this extract invoice data, which is the automation. The main automation is the extraction. So what it is doing by getting the inputs from me, that means whatever the PDF you are loading, so it is reading the inputs from that PDF and it is helping you on that. So what is your sender name? What is your customer document number? Invoice document number and what is the path where it has been loaded, from where it got loaded, and what are the gross amounts in it. These things you can see. So based on that, a decision making can be done on top of that. Okay. So here for the extract data, whatever we have done. So initially we have taken the document path, which is a file path where you are going to load it. Okay. And then the parameters we have given here. So in the extract parameters, again, we have added the invoice variable because this is the one which is driving force for you for whatever the front end invoice you're going to submit here, right? So for this, the custom data, whatever we have given, right? We have mapped all the 3 important fields that you have initially created in this form. In the trigger form we created, right? The invoice number and gross amount and other value, which is the date, right? Whatever is saying that. So those ones, you can still see those ones, whatever you have, you can just open the editor also. See, this is the one which we have initially created, right? For this is the input data. Based on that, when you submit, when you give the path, it will pick the rest of the three. What is the document number? What is the gross amount? And what is your sender? Who is the sender? So that is the three important values that will pick and it will show you. After you approve it, whether those are okay, then it will go as an approval form. If you reject it, it will go as a rejected form. So for that only, we have built this entire hierarchy here. So this is your main details form. This is your main automation. And this is the main step where we have determined the approver, who will approve it, right? So this is what the approving input output decision matrix here. So wherein which we have provided the invoice parameters and approver as email. So here in this also, we have gone to the decision matrix here. You have these two things.
A quick one, Kebo.
Yeah.
So invoice data is being picked up from a PDF in the local drive to pass on for approval or rejection. Once response is received, either approved or rejected, where does it flag off saying that this is done? Suppose
that's what, see, this is the inbox. This is what I'm saying. After you submit, you will get a approve reject here. The first example I showed you, right? It was working that time for us. In that, it was clearly showing you approve reject. The moment when you are an approver. So for example, if your invoice is getting approved, again you will get a confirmation that your invoice is approved. If it is rejecting, again you'll get a rejecting. So again, that two things will flow into this inbox only.
Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I mean, I get to know through inbox, but suppose, for example, I'm resubmitting same invoice by mistake. Since the PDF is lying in my local hard drive, I picked up same invoice again, which is already done. So there should be a flag, right? This is already done. Where that flag will be is in the 100
That's
database.
what, right? That flag is acknowledgement. If you remember, in my first example also, I told you guys that you have to acknowledge it. That the moment when you are seeing, for example, you are approving. So you have seen your invoice is approved. So on the down, you will see submit. The submit button shows that you are acknowledging that. The moment when it comes, it won't allow you to again acknowledge it because it is a overwriting for that. So it will not do that. That means you are resubmitting also because it's already acknowledged by you. It will not allow you to do it again. If you need a different invoice number, then it will allow you. In the same invoice number, it will not allow you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Probably the flag is stored in the central database
Exactly.
against the invoice.
So, in the control tower.
Oh, okay. Got it. Thank you.
But Kaibu, suppose if they have rejected it, then we have corrected that invoice and you can resubmit the invoice with the same number, right?
If it is rejected, you can resubmit with same. Resubmission with same can be happen. If it is approved and you are accepting that, it can't be again reprocessed. Okay, so I will show you destinations also how you can configure. That is out of subject, but still I want to show you because everyone is much activated and enthusiastic towards understanding the concept. So I feel happy to make you get clarity on the destinations as well. So even if you are going into this, before that, one more thing. The same process, I told you, right? We have templates. Even my first session also, someone asked me, hey, Kebo, that I have templates, if we can directly use it by tweaking that, it will be easy for us. Yes, SAP provided that. So for that, what you have to do to get the templates, the same template I'll show you. If you go to the store in the left side, sorry guys, I had a bad throat today. So if you want to, for example, this is what invoice approval, right? So if you go to the invoice approval, just whatever the business artifact that you want to search in the projects, if you can just give in the store is nothing but the one which was being available from SAP, right? If you search from it, don't go with the deprecated ones. These are the ones which will not be useful. You will see this one. See, there is a cancel customer invoice processing with the document. That is a different thing. But if you can see invoice approval process, this is a one. If you create from the template, the same process. For example, here I'll give you as create. See here, this is the invoice approval process cape on. So you can see whatever I build the architecture for you, same thing. See, if you go to the get invoice details, this is the main process pattern for us. See, same thing. Invoice request form, extract invoice data, determine approver, everything is there. Same thing. If you can go to the determine approver, the inputs, okay. Open editor. So if you go to the rules, determine approver, same formats I have you see here. They have given SAP IDs directly, first name dot last name @ sap.com. So in case if this is not picked, they will pick the another document for their reviews as well. Okay, so this is how the same process, if you can see here, the forms also I'll show you. What's this? You can go to the open editor. Yeah, you can see the same ones. Why I can take a change on it and I can build it. But why I have built the same one from the scratch is because this is a standard object. If you can do from the scratch how it looks like, and what is the same thing available for us in the common global database, how you can retweak it. Now, for example, same thing you want to use it. Instead of you building from scratch, what you will generally do the tweaking, where you generally do the tweaking, majority might be in the form you will do, or else in the emails, wherever you want trigger, you will do. Okay, imagine if you want to create this for a client. This is one of the common approach, common approval process, which you really require in the real time also across the globe for many clients. Invoice approval process is common for any client. So same thing, the same process, it might take for initially to build for you 3 to 3.5 hours, to understand, to make, because destinations might not be ready for you, or else at times, as you have seen that, right, your connections might not help you. These all things will happen initially, because at real time, you'll have a lot of authentication, authorization issues. You have to resolve it. It might take a day also. But instead, if as SAP always deliver all the pre-delivered content, as you all know, in ECC or in BW or in everywhere, we have pre-delivered content. Similarly, pre-delivered templates are there in the global store, where in which you can pick it, you can go to it. This is what you can just simply create it. For example, same thing, I am just releasing the version. I'm not touching anything there. So show project version, deploy this to the public environment. This is deployed. So once it is deployed, what you will do, you'll go back to the main process and pick the URL. So this is the release version of project. It will clearly show you the moment when you go, you will see the form link. I'm copy pasting the form link here because I have an active path. I'm just giving this from my Mac laptop. Always, yeah. And one more thing, guys, while you're using Mac or Windows, be careful because you have seen the classification or the deviation the moment when you're doing. If you are attempting this to make this happen on Windows, always select Windows. If you're attempting this to make it on Mac, always select Mac. Okay, because the configurations are different for Mac and Windows. See, this is successfully submitted. But even this also, I'm not able to see. Even the standard ones also, I'm not able to see the inbox ones because the inbox configuration is not done. It is not my fault or your fault. It's a common SAP's thing. So once they configure it, you can see all your approvals also inlined in it. Okay. So this is how the standard store, whatever the store that you're looking here, seeing here, those are all templates you can go and practice. This is only invoice I have given. If you go for a simple HR is not there in this. Okay.
So earlier you were mentioning there is a place where we can see all the logs, which has been triggered, what has been there. So it will have entry there, right?
I'll show. It will be entries there. So for sales, if you see, this is about majority sales is there in this. See, for procure also, procure to order, Ariba automation is there. Duplicate supply request.
Use it for HR space?
HR, I'm not sure. I have to check the Ariba's destination now. I'll check and let you know. Okay, on the destination. If Ariba is for procurement management, yeah, success factors. One second. In HR, we have any templates? Yeah, employee onboarding is there. Might be, yeah, it is enabled here. Yeah,
Okay.
it is enabled. You can see a lot of things are there: employee onboarding, cross-boarding, data configuration, HR positioning, planning. Okay, these are their cross-system workflows. Yeah, you can look on to these guys. It's a very good thing because you will get to know whenever you are free. If you see there are more than 600 store objects are there by line type, by project type as well. It will be giving you a kind of knowledge what templates are existing. These are all standard. Not only this project, wherever you go globally, these are all exist. This will exist from SAP. So you can easily converse with client. If a client asks a question, you will know, yes, something is there in BPA, I can automate, I can process it, I can use it. So like this, you can see, as I said, right, if this is a published is SAP success factors, it is now enabled from success factors. If it is from SAP, means it's from S4. So like that, all your things will be there. Even you can see because before enabling only, because you want to see the flowchart, right? What artifacts will it contain? You can see what artifacts are there. Even documents also will be there for you. These are all standard one. What dependencies will be there? You need a success factor API, fetch high data process, employee onboarding process. So these two will be there. So like this, you can pick any one of these and you can start practicing on that. You can add some innovation because we have very limit time. I cannot extend only on this topic because our main topic is Joule. Because anyway, still I have given you whatever I can show you on these things. I'm giving you all the data. So this is one such thing. From the standard store, you can get this. And from control tower, always, as I said, if you go to the monitoring tab, you will always, whatever the ones which have ran, you will see all those things in the monitoring of of the jobs. Whatever the processes and jobs are there, you can see these are all I ran. So if you go to the information into it, you will see what is the ran, when it is ran, everything. I already showed you the complete thing when it started, what happened to it, everything. Okay. So the logs will extend the moment when you are extending the process, when you are approving, when you are doing the approval, all these things also accordingly, the logs will extend here. Here we have just extracted data and submitted the form. So that is what I'm seeing here. The moment when you're doing in the foreground anything, the logs will get extended here automatically. So you always come to the monitoring and observe your logs here. Okay. So that is one part. And coming to the Gen A automation for the BPA process. For example, the same thing, we close all these windows. So if you go again to the main lobby, so on the same process, this is the one which is I manually did it completely. So this one, okay, yeah, one more thing I want to show you. See, this approval, for example, which this BPA process, when you are creating this, whenever you don't want, you can delete. If you have delete permissions, you can rename the projects also if they're duplicates. We can manage the members basically. For example, whoever having the access, for example, in your project members, everyone if have access, they can go and give the everyone access a view access. If everyone is an admin, you can give an admin. As a developer, they can edit, you can do it. Or else if you have someone whom you want to specially give only those people, you can add those groups or members here directly, their email addresses, and you can provide the authorization, whether they can view it, develop it, or admin it or not. Based on that, you can add a number of members of your team also into this. So for me, it is only my part. So I'm just seeing mine. So I can give this access to someone. For example, I'll give this member to SAP BTP12 at the rate manbtech.com. Now he can view it. He is one of the user. In the similar way, I can give SAP BTP13 at the rate manbtech.com as a developer. So like this, you can add the scope of, that means the landscape authorizations also, on which on the application authorizations, basically who can view, who can develop, who can admin kind of things. Okay. And this is not controlled by admin. This is controlled by your architect or your senior manager who is actually holding the complete project space. Okay. Our individually for in between developers also, sometimes they have to exchange the rights, and that time also you can give this view and admin edit access accordingly. Okay. So now if you go to the approval, okay, I don't want to go into this. Let me create a fresh one for you. The process. Test. Generic.
Meanwhile, it connects, Kago. Just a question. Can we assign our, TechM sandbox system as a destination in this account? Is it possible to do that?
If it is allowed, where you want to do it?
Like in the BTP account that we have here, right? So can we give our TechM specific sandbox? Like if suppose we have to connect to that system, can we do that? Or
Yeah, like come endpoints can we assign here and we can get the data from a TechM server?
yeah,
I mean, your TechM endpoint, you want to...
like in the destinations you have given, S4H system, as there are many destinations that you have configured right in the account. So you have from where the data can be, fetched or
That is,
exported.
you can add your company sandbox endpoints to other. This is another company, let's say, whatever I am. ZaranTech is another company. So for that, you can add your BTP account as a destination, but there are some conditions for that. Like it is technically possible, but at security network authorization constraints will generally apply. If you are satisfying those, it is then. And by default, it will not allow you. The only point you have to remember, any external point endpoint can be accessed by any BTP domain account if it is exposed securely. If it is not exposed securely, the endpoint is not exposed securely, then it is not.
But Kaibo, does it, when you are configuring it, let's say, does it check the the signature of the company?
That's
Let's
what I'm
say
saying.
for
See, your sandbox is internal, right? For example, your sandbox is internal. Other company cannot consume it directly. Your internal cannot be done, right? If it is public HTTPS endpoint, you can go with it. If it is behind VPN firewall or your intranet or internal IP kinds of things are there, then. And yeah, I have seen a cases where public plus IP kind of LO lists are required. In those cases also, only if the IPs are whitelisted and allowed, then only they will come into the other BTP domain environment. If not, they are not allowed.
Okay, understood.
Okay.
Okay, now let me go into this. Okay, first of all, let me add a form first of all in this. We have to start something. So to get because the moment when you start initially, the Gen AI won't get it. When generative AI things won't come directly here. Or else I'm thinking, because this is admin account, I'm not able to see. Let me go into the empty account. Okay, let me change this empty account. I'll close this once. Refresh.
And I think even this inbox thing is maybe configured properly in this empty account, because the first time that you showed the demo, that worked, right? The inbox thing.
That is my another account which I have shown to you. That day, this is still in progress only. Okay, let me go into the build apps. I think here. Okay, guys. So now, okay. See, this generate icon I have not got in that suite, which you are observing. I don't know whether you have observed that or not. This will only come in your Joule suite. Means for Joule or generative AI solutions, wherever there is a subscription is there, wherein which you have all this build suite plus your Joule plus AI Launchpad will be added for it. Only in that suite only you will get this generate AI in those particular tools. The other tools which you have seen, right? That's the reason I showed you the difference. The other tools, when I have opened, I'm not able to see this generate. Why? Because this is not a part of my generative AI instance. So always be clear in which instance or which account you are using. If your account supporting Joule AI Launchpad, then automatically this generate icon will come everywhere when you are going. If that is not there, it is a normal business suite. I mean, normal build suite with all the integration and everything. Right now, what you're seeing that, in that cases, you will not see this generative AI because this is a subscription based. Okay, because I am paying to SAP to get this Joule suite for you. Okay, if I want only build suite, that's it.
Yeah. Kaibo, this Joule base version is available free of cost, right? For BTP.
They are there, but they are not working as expected. This is what, if I have initially when Joule was launched, I have taken the initial things from SAP and we started with those ones. For X2-3 batches, we tried for the free, but none of the things will work really good at the free trial because everywhere they'll show you some pass there. Why? Because they want to make you purchase the subscription version. So you cannot have a full learning curve when you go for a free trial. That is why we are subscribing these things and these foundations and everything we are giving you, we are paying to SAP and then we are generating directly for you. But yes, the free trial is there, but it is not up to expectation, to answer your question. So now, when you want to go for these generative things, just you have to generate. What you have to generate? A process, a form, or data type. Okay. So in the same thing also, for example, if you want to generate a process, so you have to tell clearly. Same thing. When you do this, see what it is generating. On a normal thing you can do, I have already taken an existing process here. It will show you, it will start writing that process there as well. See, on top of this, it has started invoice approval, invoice approved, invoice rejected. So it has built this. The only thing is it will build it for you like this. You have to just add your items. Okay. Now what you have done manually, you have just dragged and drop whatever you want and did it. The similar way you can generate at here level also. Add the approval form.
While you're typing, quick one, Kebo, how is this different from the standard template available? There are some predefined templates available, right, for this process?
1 second, I'll come to you.
Yeah.
So when you ask it add invoice approval form, see it added, you have to clearly tell, this is called prompting. The moment when it added invoice approval, I have asked him add approval form in invoice approved chain. So this is invoice approved chain, is invoice rejected. So anyways, it has added like this. So if you expand that, you will see this approval form. Okay. Now here also in the editor also, if you open the editor, here you can write everywhere the generate icon will appear to you. Instead of you doing something, you can ask system to do it.
Kebu,
But
it
you
will
have
just
to
generate.
1 second with header as invoice details and fields customer invoice data. Your prompt should be very clear, and below that add the fields. See here, simple invoice details I have asked it, customer invoice date I have asked him to add it. So everywhere this will appear, guys. So you have to understand and you have to tell to system what it has to add. Instead you doing something here, it will do it for you. Yeah, now someone is speaking something. Please tell me.
Yes. So once you generated, let's say any component within a form or within the whole process, we cannot edit it using the same option, right? So generate is only for generating new components, not for editing the existing components. This what
It is no, actually you can edit that. No, there is no worry of editing. For example, this process also, for example, see. Okay, so this is an invoice approval process, right? Is there any other process initially we have it? Yeah, get invoice details. Okay. This one also you can retweak it. If you want to add under this, you can add it. You can extract something. If you want to add something, you can add it. So for example,
Okay, sorry. What I meant to ask was, let's say we have the automation named extract invoice data K, right? Now I want to change something within the existing object. I cannot do that with the generate option, right? I have to go and do that manually.
Those things you have to do manually. There you cannot do generate. Generates might still help you for certain output formats and all these things, but not the data level. It will not help you. Might be, yeah, the systems are getting sophisticated day by day. It might come in another versions, but right now the possibility is not there as of I'm seeing. Okay. So this is how you can generate and easily do it with the SAP generative AI BPA. This is the difference also with BPA generative AI versus your normal thing also. But the only thing is you guys have to know how smartly you can use the generative AI. That's where it is. It will do anything for you here. Even you will see in the next sessions, it will write a lengthy 1,000 lines of code also for you. But how it will write when you give a proper prompting, then only it will understand and write it. The Java, anything, people these days with generative AI, they don't need to worry about their languages, whether they don't coding or not something. They have to know the process, functionality, and prompting. These are the three important parameters. When you know these three things, you can play with the generative AI tools in any manner. Anyways, you will experience that flavor in the coming days. Now, yeah, this is one such thing in build apps and build process automation we do. Yeah, majorly destinations, because it is one such thing you are asking me many times. When you want to create a destination or when you want to configure a destination, see how you can do in build apps. I'll tell you that. Let me refresh this. Leave this. Refresh this. So whatever I'm showing you is a destination that in the BTP, how you generally call and create in the build apps, because you have seen the destinations in the BTP platform there. So now how you call it and how you make it, I'll just show you here. So always in the control tower, you have the destinations. If you go to the destinations here, so you'll have two options, whether you can directly add it here, or there is one more option for you for your easy identification, open in BTP cockpit. So you can write like this, or you can click that open in BTP cockpit. You will be navigate to the destination pages of your SAP BTP. So again, telling what are destinations? Destinations are nothing but your predefined endpoints which you will use in BTP. Okay, so these will allow you to securely store your sensitive information, which you can use to connect to a system, any system. Okay, like your client credentials, sometimes your keys, your certificates, everything, whatever it might be under your requirement, those all comes into here. Okay. To create the destination, what you will do, you will just simply create the destination here. Okay, if you go to this create destination, create from the scratch. If you have a file, you can use a file. If you have a service instance also, you can do it. Okay, if you go for create, you can ask like this. It will ask you here. Let's say, for example, I'm writing Cabo S4 or something here. Okay, this is a HTTP. Okay, your destinations can fall into any one of these categories. Okay, usually we use majorly HTTP and RFCs only. Okay, so HTTP is one such thing. So for example, let's say you are retrieving from HANA sales order or something. Retrieving sales order. What is this destination will do? You are just writing it here. Okay, so here you have to provide the URL of that destination as well. Okay, and the proxy type will be usually internet. If you have on-premise, you can give the on-premise one. Okay, then you have to give the location ID. If it is a private link, you have to provide the private link URL. Okay, now this is through internet only. We will be doing that.
So Kevo, for example, there is a third-party website where I can access tax laws, for example. So that can be defined here.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And then the authentication, if you don't want authentication, you can give no authentication. If you have any authentication for that also, you can add the authentication for it. Basic authentication, you can keep it. I'm keeping no authentication for now. Let me check. So here, basically, you have to add the properties. Okay. There will be some properties will be there for any destination you're going to use it. The main one for BPA, for business process automation, there is a service called process automation. So let me show you that. This you have to mandatorily add it. So you will ask me, how can I know what is this? There is a guide from SAP is there. Anyways, I'll send you that guide. If you keep it with you, you can create. Okay. If you want to enable any of this, for example, SAP dot process automation dot enabled, I have given comma. Okay, 1 second. Okay, this one, whatever you want, you can make them as true here. You can write a value true. Okay, that's it. In the Joule, anyways, I'll show you a few more such type of things we'll add anyways to retrieve the things. Okay, so once you are done, just create this one. So this will be created. So once created, you have to check it first of all, whether that is active or not, or whether that is able to connect it or not. Just creating and keeping quiet will not help you. Here I have created Kbo S4, right? Check the connection. If connection is not establishing, you have to give another link or something and have to get it for that. See, this is a SSL handshake type, so which requires authentication. Okay, so let me create another one here using the URLs here because that URL is not functional for now.
Through this method, we can also connect to our on-prem system, right?
But you have to get a cloud connector for that. You can create. See, this connection is connecting. This is for Scratch only. API enterprises, they have created one like this. So even Ariba also someone asked me. Let me check Ariba. Ariba is not functional. Unknown host occurred for this.
So Kebu, for your account, you manually registered all these?
For everyone's, not only mine. You can also see in yours. Not only me. Everyone's account is there. You can create destinations.
This is admin account, right?
No, this is empty account, not admin. I don't have any admin access. Whatever the access I have, you all guys have the same access.
Okay.
There is no deviations that I trainer separate. No, nothing is there. Okay. There is one account I want to show. Yeah, let me. This is already created. I don't want to recreate this. You can see there is a Northwind destination is there with this service database, which is a no authentication one, which we can consider this. So if you want to call these ones into the build apps, for example, if you go to the control tower, destinations, okay, add. Here, generally, you will add those ones on which you're creating. For example, this one is Northwind Dest, right? So let me recreate this for you here so that I can export that there and I'll show you there.
And Kebu, are these destinations available across sub-accounts within a single global account, or is it on sub-account level?
On sub-account level. Under global account, empty, at AA Joule, this is there. So who are tagged to this sub-account, they all can see this if they have authentication to see that.
Okay, so if 10 users are there within that sub-account, then even if one creates a destination, then other 9 would also be able to access and use it, right?
Yes. If you're providing access to it, it will be.
What do you mean by providing access? Like what separately do I have to do for those?
In 10, let's say your team is having 15 people are there. In that, 3 people are juniors or something. If you give something, you might feel something. You don't want to give access. So the rest 13, you can access them. You can make them access to in the group. Other 2 who are in the trainers or something, we can make it as a view access. They cannot use it, but they can view it. That kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay. So like this, you will add the additional properties here. Just add create. So that is created. So cable to Northwind, I'll again check the connection here. It is connecting. Okay, if we go to this. Okay, so whatever you create there in this, those ones you have to enable in the build apps as well. So to do that, you will just go to here and you can just write the name of it. So you can see here, this one I have just duplicated that. Now you can go to the next. So if you have any specific environments where this particular destination needs to be successfully been executed or things, those environments you can select that there. Okay. So now here, let me do this. I'll add my specific environments here. Whatever I want to do it. And simply add destination. If you want all environments, you can do it. Okay. Okay, let me keep it shared public. These are the important ones only, which I'm taking. And test. Add destination. That's it. So this will be added. Now, once it is added, whenever you create destination, whenever you add like this into the build apps, you have to access this destination in the business project. Okay. Just 1 second, it is still coming.
Are you there or we lost you?
No, I'm there. System is struck for me. Just wait, hold on.
Yes.
Yeah. So there are all our environments where we have been used for that. Right. Yeah, the destinations were added. The same destinations, you can use it for your projects, whatever you have in the systems. Now this is available for you. So you can call that in the integration wherever you want. You can know this will help you to get the data from the services as well. If you can see the lobby. You can create a process. Okay, an application or something with whatever the destinations you have been selected there. These are all appear anyways there. Same names are there, so it is restricting there. It's all common. Next, whatever, once it is ready, you can go to the integrations and you can get this data and you can start working whatever the way you want in this with the destinations.
So this is basically to read.
Sorry, tell me.
So this is basically to read the data, right? So now in the example that you showed the demo, you took the invoice details from the in your local server, but in this case you can pick it up from in the backend system.
Yeah, this is the backend system which I have just connected and enabled that. From there I can pick this up. Anything you can do. As I told, BTP environments are flexible. There is no limitation that BTP connect only to this database or this particular service or something. BTP is open completely as I just shown to you. You can create any destination, but ensure always the endpoint should be securely progressed into the environment. If there is no secure gateways or something, then yes, it is not possible into the BTP. Okay, it might be at certain cases where, but there is a risk and security constraints will be there for the data. The audit trials might not go well in those cases. All right. And then next one, I can start.
I had another question.
Please tell me.
So you showed us just now how we can integrate a destination for specific environments, right?
Specific or all environments? No. Environment, you leave it. Environment, yes. Any environment, we can process it. Create a destination in BTP, add them in the build suite, and you can leverage from there directly.
Right, but let's say if we don't release it to or don't integrate it with all environments, but only let's say 2 environments. So if we are using that destination in our build app, then at the time of deployment, we have option to deploy only on those 2 environments, not any other.
Right. That is why, whatever the specific environments are there, to those environments only, this destination data you can publish. Rest all you can.
Okay. Yeah, I think this was one of the questions that was asked last week by someone. I just wanted to, understand and confirm it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let me start because we have limited time. Now I'll start the Joule Studio now. Okay. So going back to Joule Studio. Right. Awesome.
Right. Joule Studio, which is integrated into BTP, correct?
Sorry. What is that?
This is the Joule Studio version, which is integrated into BTP.
Oh, you can integrate. Yeah, whatever you're getting from Joule, I'll show you variations directly. I'll show from we create a skill and we add some data from S4HANA also how to do that. So those are the 2 important variations. I'll show you that. And using Joule also, how you write coding and all these things in the build code, we will see a variation in that. And how you configure agents also using Joule, those things we'll see. So there are few topics are there where we have to cover basically on Joule. So it will take a good time, but yeah, you'll like the sessions. Yeah, tell me.
My question was, this Joule Studio also exists as a separate platform, right? So independent of BTP. So my question was...
No, not independent of BTP. It is in BTP. That's a wrong statement. It is under BTP. The Joule statement, Joule Studio is also.
So you can't use Joule Studio outside BTP is what you are saying?
No. You have to integrate. This is under BTP only. This is a part of BTP. Okay. Right. So now in Joule, guys, we will see, as I said earlier, SAP's AI Copilot is this Joule. Okay. So when I'm saying SAP's AI Copilot, it is more than a Copilot, and we'll see those functionalities. So this truly understands truly understands the SAP and SAP's allied business, whatever it might be. So Joule, or you can call it as Joule, whatever it might be, both are same. So Joule revolutionizes how you interact with your SAP business systems, and you have to be ensure that every touch point will count and every task will be simplified while you're using the Joule. So when I'm speaking about this, one Copilot for complete SAP ecosystem is nothing but this SAP Joule. Okay, this is nothing but a common or a single tool for all the customer to get their job done. That is the SAP's initial introductory note when they have launched SAP Joule. Okay, which means you will have a centralized framework for your cloud solutions. Okay, wherever cloud is existing, there Joule will exist. Okay, so for all your cloud solutions, it will allow the users to specifically ask questions, and it will help them and it will interact them wherever they are needing the support of it. Again, that is through natural language. As I said earlier, every natural language was majorly incorporated that you can ask in Telugu, you can ask in Tamil, you can ask in English, Hindi, German, Spanish, anything. Whether they are in your S4 HANA using your Joule, basically to ask about all your so-called invoices, whatever we have done right now, the automation of that, your HR request, your Ariba kind of procurement, or like predictions, all these things. So you can leverage the Joule to retrieve the information from any SAP cloud solution. Please mark this statement bold. I'm saying that from any SAP cloud solution. Okay.
Be it a public or private, right?
Yes. Which means Joule has one consistent user experience, guys. So this makes it usage as seamless as possible. Okay. So basically SAP offer Joule out of the box. And as I said, this is again, you have to understand bold statement, natively integrated. Okay. In all your cloud solutions for SAP. Okay, this means what? This is pre-configured content that is actively available for you right away for your customers with all the very simplified and limited configuration efforts. So which you will see anyways in the journey of Joule that you're learning now. So first thing you have to understand, Joule is available in which applications? In cloud applications. Now even this also, whatever BTP is a cloud, right? So all your cloud applications right now, what are the cloud applications? Your success factors, your S4 HANA public cloud edition, your private cloud edition, EAC, or whatever the cloud applications you want to tag over the course of your previous years or over the course of your upcoming years in SAP, those are all comes with Joule. Okay. It is not separately offered for on-premise, but yes, if your on-premise is getting integrated with BTP, you can leverage Joule features in a different manner, but not the way you can use it in the public cloud or any cloud solution. Okay. And there might be a question. Okay. Like what is the relevancy and what is the reliability? These are the two R's which comes into the picture for everyone's mind. So reliability, the relevancy, it's a relevancy, the content for the users. Why? Because this Copilot will understand the user's context who was using it. Okay. Which I mean when I'm saying in the user's context means it includes again the roles and permissions. It doesn't mean that, for example, in HR, I have integrated the Joule. So if someone asks me, hey, tell me what is Kebo's monthly salary, it will go and check the database and will not collect. No, nothing like that. Again, there is a multi-step security will be there, where first level is to what role you are being authorized, and it will also check what authentications that you have to see the data. Even these authentications will go to the level of application. Like in simple layman terms, I want to say the T codes also. T codes are not there, but now they are in Fiori applications. So if application, for example, one of you don't have the authorization to see the invoice approval process, you are not. Joule will simply reject it. If you are authorized to see, it will give the information to you. Okay. So now, and again, the security comes like that only. And there are reliability, what I speak. This is what the relevancy, relevant to user context is what that means. Okay. And reliability means as all SAP AI offerings, this also using LLMs that responses, what I can say, as much grounded as the SAP knowledge database that it generally holds with the business reality. For example, if you ask a transaction code that was being converted as a Fiori app right now you're using, now that is deprecated. So if you ask something about that, it will give you the information because, as I said, it is native. It knows all the knowledge. This is called knowledge grounding. All the knowledge database that is there in past years and upcoming years, whatever that has, they will input it for Joule for the user's perspective. Okay. So this will truly understand the customers and even for developers also, that what they want to get as uniquely from the system capabilities that it is holding it. So this is responsible for your individual developers activities, or it can help you with our partners, with a strict, what I can say, the security that you can put on it. And then for all the different purposes, it will help you on that. Okay. So there are many things. And there is a common question you might face. If anyone in pre-sales is there, they might ask you this question, or I might ask you now. So what is that you can tell me, if I am a user, I'm a customer for you. So why can't I go for other co-pilots? If I am seeing, because I am a customer's perspective, I don't know Joule will act as a skill. Even you also don't know now. Now, if I can ask that, why I should go for Joule, why I should not go for other co-pilots? Because in the market, we have other AI co-pilots also there. So what is that, even right now, whatever the last 5 minutes, the information I have given to you, what you understood, please let me know. What is the difference between SAP Joule versus other co-pilots? I'll give you a clarity right now. Anyways, but still I want to know your knowledge on that, what you have gained on this.
Basically,
SAP.
this SAP will be related to Joule will give the SAP related form question solutions. But if you go to the other Copilot, it won't give that. It will be generic solution.
Yeah, it's the training is based on SAP data, internal SAP data. So Joule is trained.
The SAP purposely built software rather than ChatGPT.
Also, maybe on the authorization part that you mentioned, right? Maybe other Copilot or other applications.
I given the Copilot names also here. Right.
Yeah, might not provide you the authorization based data.
Right. Yeah,
let me add this for you guys. So SAP is talking about all best of tools application. SAP is not a simple software, right? SAP is supporting your entire enterprises, which is comprising of your all business function. There are umpteen number of applications which are running on SAP, and these applications are generating your data, right? Master data, transaction data, and then the Joule is coming, which is picking up this data intelligence and then creating AI for you. The SAP means, Joule for SAP means you are utilizing all the applications which are running on SAP. For non-SAP, you will have to still think there are some non-SAP agent, but that also can be integrated with, right? So anyway, let's go ahead, for that, yeah. But we know the importance of SAP Joule. We don't have to spend too much time on that, understanding the differences. But yeah, but any good point, Kaibu, let us learn from this.
Yeah, you will understand, because this is very important for you. You will get to know this is the major context. You also have to run it for your client and even across the globe, because they need this. Okay, what is the main data context here in SAP Joule? You generally deals with, like all the SAP right now, as you said, all the SAP data models will be there. So that is your major context will be there. Okay. Whereas in ChatGPT, because majorly when I have gone for many client interactions, I got the common question. That is why I'm asking you here also. If they ask you the same thing, ChatGPT versus Joule, at least you have to identify and tell them what is there. So this particular thing will help you.
Yeah, Kaibu, first of all, like SAP Joule is not a generative AI by itself. It's a tool which connects to generative AI, right? And SAP Joule would contain context, like SAP context, okay, as data model being one of them. Okay, then it's, the way things are developed in SAP, that context as well.
Right, as you said, let me tell, right, yeah, this is one such thing. You have to extend this. This is a capability by capability breakdown, what I'm giving you right away. Yeah, SAP Joule understands your context-wise understanding. It generally was built like that. Like it understands the sales orders, it understands the finance documents, it understands the HR data, and all these things. It is relevant to those business processes are there, those business data consoles are there. It will generally be hit to it, and it will help you on that. Whereas other thing, for example, why I can't go for ChatGPT, why I have go for Joule? This is the same answer I told, because ChatGPT only tells what the information, what is the question you are trying to provide for it. It will generally go and checks the web database, and from that also it will filter for the major things, and it will hallucinate also in that, and it will gives you answers on top of that. That is there with ChatGPT. But in Joule, there is no hallucination. Whatever there in your SAP database, it will get the data and it will present it to you. That is what it is saying.
Joule itself is not generative platform, right? So with Joule, we either have to have ChatGPT or let's say Gemini or something, so basically which it will use. So Joule basically provides the context, as you said, okay, or the grounding, for the GPT. Okay, GPT, we can use any GPT for that matter, like cloud being the best one for coding recently. I mean, anyone can correct me if I'm wrong here.
See, Joule is not a generative AI platform. Let me tell you, as you said, it is a E. No, it's not. SAP Joule is a AI co-pilot layer. This is embedded above your SAP applications or across your SAP applications. It's like, it's a interface of AI plus some SAP brain orchestration they have added for that. It's a complete model factory. That is how they have inbuilt in it. Okay, so this typically provides, it's not a generative, as I said, a generative AI platform. What generally they will do? They will do your model training, they will do prompt engineering, they will do vector databases, all these things they will do. Okay, like whatever these so-called I just know. But Joule, on other manner, it is SAP generative AI consumer. It is a agentic orchestration which was built for SAP. So it is a context-aware SAP Copilot, and whatever you use it, right, it actions, executes everything, but it doesn't mean that it won't use LLMs. Again, when I'm saying that, few of the users ask
it
me,
has
okay,
to
fine.
use LLM.
Yes,
because
it will use
without
LLM.
Without, let's say, ChatGPT or Gemini or Cloud or DeepSeek, SAP Joule would have no meaning.
Exactly. That is what I am giving you. So this uses LLMs and it will grounds the prompts on SAP business data. Okay, so it applies and executes the actions based on that only. That is where all this skill comes. Okay. Yeah, so hope I answered your question. Let me go into this. So this one, yeah, this is your external and custom. And Microsoft is completely your M365. This is for emailing.
Is something like along with just to clarify, along with the other LLMs that are generically available, right? So SAP do they have their own LLM which is trained on specifically data internal to SAP? Is Joule also based on that? Like, does it use that LLM as well as part of the?
No, SAP do not have its own general purpose LLM like GPT or Gemini. You're saying SAP have a domain specific AI models. They usually partner with AI. I mean, all the other LLMs, under a, what I can say, a good word, a governed framework that they will do those LLMs. So they do not build or have a own foundation LLM, to answer your question, compared to your other Copilot things here. But they partner. Even OpenAI or Google Cloud or AWS Bedrock is there. So Microsoft OpenAI is there. These are all they generally partner. What SAP does this, SAP consumes large volumes of, the relevant informations and relevant things, and those LLMs, from these partnered foundation models, and they will start helping in the other things in the SAP. Okay? Clear, everyone? I'm going with the comparison sheet for you. Let me complete that because we have to go with the session also. Yeah, this is one such thing. Data context is one of the important thing. And there is embedded apps. This is completely embedded in apps. Okay. So for that, we have all the S4, success factors, Ariba, or field class, whatever are these are all comes under SAP Joule. Whereas ChatGPT, no, there is nothing kind of an embedding in apps. It is no such where also it will help you. It's only API based, whatever it triggers. Okay. And Microsoft is completely word and everything. These two I will not compare much. And then, yeah, one of the other thing is the process execution. Like what clients ask you about the process execution. The SAP Joule has a very good process execution as we are following native to SAP. All the actions and workflows will seamlessly execute, in a nice manner here. Whereas the ChatGPT doesn't have any process execution. It don't have such process also. Okay, even Microsoft Copilot also, no, we call it as limited still. Even Google Gemini have a very limited process execution. It also won't follow any defined process like an SAP. This is one of the highest point which we can show to the customer centric also on the base as well. So what is the process centric thing that we generally, because without process, any model or any requirement, you cannot execute that, especially in the AI's point of view. Okay. And majorly many people ask you the custom agent building, because when you're asking for AI, they'll ask you this one, the custom agent building, how it is there in the custom agent building in the other co-pilots. Okay, this one, yes, we do all custom agent buildings through our SAP BTP. Via SAP BTP, you are enabled to do all the custom agent building. I'll show you that in BTP there is a launchpad is there. There you will do all the custom agents. Okay. Whereas in ChatGPT, the custom agent building is there. It is having some freedom, but it is having limited limited actions are there in it. It can do, but it has a limited actions on it. Whereas Microsoft generally, it depends upon Azure. It is also having a medium grade or mid grade custom agent buildings are there. They are not fully occupied. The same thing with the Google Gemini also. Okay. And coming to the governance, which is one of the important things where customers look for it. Okay. On the governance point of view, this is all we do SAP grade governance, which is a high grade. Whatever you do, the authentications, authorizations are completely to the SAP grade only. Okay. Whereas your ChatGPT depends upon the setup, whatever you do on top of that. Okay, no comparison with whatever you're doing that. And here it is Microsoft grade and Microsoft, whatever they generally do it do. And the same way here, Google grade security and Google grade governance will be there. Okay. Now the question comes, one of the important thing is which copilot will be best for whom? That is the biggest thing that goes with the comparison sheet. Okay. SAP Joule, I am not because I'm from SAP, I'm telling this. I'm telling this generically based on the comparison that was gone outside. You can refer the web page and all the recent SAP articles also. Not SAP articles across in the LinkedIn articles also. Many of the analysts has given that. Based on that only, I'm telling you. This is best for all customers of SAP, and non-SAP also it is helping you, but not that much. Right now it is still in progress, I can say. SAP. Okay, but it is best for all the SAP customers. Okay, why this statement has given? Why? What is SAP customers? Okay, there is no big thing in it because it's SAP product. SAP people can do no, not like that, because many other small things are coming outside, even for small services or software as products, or like SaaS products are coming into the market also. Now they are also building some kind of agentic boards and all these things as well. So, but that are not up to the mark as of systems and industries has been seen into it. So that is the reason altogether they have told that this is the best for all the SAP customers. Okay. Whereas ChatGPT, it is best for your builders and innovators. Even though there is a risk of hallucination is there. Okay. Innovators. Okay. Whereas Copilot, this is only for heavy office. That means MS Office kind of activities only it will help you. So no more into our comparison bucket. Okay. And this is for your Google ecosystem. So to that Google ecosystem only, this will help you, not more than that. So if you ask something about, for example, as I just showed you in the BPA, generate this flow or write this under this statement or do something, none of these will come into the picture. This can't be, like do any such kind of activities as well. So this is the reason why SAP has strongly recommended that as a tool. And even whatever SAP building these days or new innovations or past innovations, sophistication, they are adding that, keeping Joule in the mind. Okay. So this is your one of the important comparison, guys, where it will help you to understand the other things to this Joule as well. Okay. Now going back to our thing. So let's create our first Joule application. So you will understand whatever I have told now. So let me give you a justification on that. Okay. Joule has an architecture. I'll explain the architecture while I'm giving you the practical part only, because if I keep on giving architecture, it will take a lot of time on that. Okay. It's very simple architecture. I don't draw bigger things here. Very simple architecture, guys. So you'll have, this will be your UX. Nothing but your Joule front end. Okay. Like you'll ask some questions that how can I help you? I need this, I want that, all these things will help. So this is called Joule questions you can ask in the UX. So for this will always interact with your, this is a bidirectional arrow. With your Joule. This is your Joule. Okay, when you ask something, when you make something, Joule will get the help from what? From the LLMs. So it will frequently communicate with the LLMs. This is your LLMs. Okay. And then all the functions, whatever the SAP cloud applications are there, whatever I told you, the skill catalogs, because Joule has skills, right? Skills means a kind of different activities that you are asking. So based on those activities, it will get and help you on that. These are all called Joule skills or SAP cloud applications. So it will retrieve the data from here. Okay. So whatever the scenarios, knowledge base, context base you ask, it has a separate. We have a catalogs are there. Okay, we have majorly 4 catalogs are there. Those are the ones which I'll explain you. Those are all sit under here. Your scenario catalogs, context catalogs, okay, knowledge catalogs. It will refer. The very detailed architecture is there. I'll let you know. But day one, if I show you something, you'll get confused. So whatever is required, I'm just showing you here now. This will refer. Okay. So this is your simple architecture, how Joule will generally communicate and get the data. Now let me show you what happens in practical part. Then I'll come to a detailed architecture for you. You will understand that also. Now going to this. So let's build our first Joule skill in the Joule Studio. So now, once again, system is processing. So now what I do is, see, what is the Joule skill I'm doing here? There is a step-by-step process that we have to follow for this. This is a new document. Okay. Before you do anything, so we have to set up the environment for Joule. Okay. We will set up the environment and we will do the connectivity. From the BTP main page, I mean, main account, you'll do it for all the relevant Joule things. Okay. Then in the Joule, you have to create the action projects for it. Okay. First, we create the action projects. What are the required actions you need for the Joule to execute that you will create? Then you use our Joule Studio. Okay. There you will deploy the Joule skill. You will create that and you will deploy the skill, whatever the skill, so-called skill will be there. And for the skill also, you will add some filters and everything.
Taibo, what do we mean by action projects? Didn't get you.
The ones in the build app, some actions I told you, right? Those are all called action projects only. I'll create a project under that. Under that, I'll add all the actions. Okay. And after the filter actions, you will consume the automated process in the Joule skill. Okay. This is a very heavy exercise. It will take time. Go one by one. So this is what we are going to do. We'll create environment. We'll set up the environment and connectivity. We'll create the action projects. We use the studio and deploy a skill for it. We'll add some more actions for it. And then we'll finally consume this automated process in the Joule skill. That means you will see the Joule Copilot. When you ask something, it will start retrieving the data and giving you the data also on top of that. This is what you're going to see it. Okay. So now let me show you this. So first of all, now what I'm doing this in S4HANA, I'll take something and then I'll get that environment set up here. Okay. So to do that, always you have to go to the control tower again. First of all, environments. Okay. So these are already environments are there. You don't create new environment. Whatever I am creating, that environment you stick. Okay. So kbo underscore kbo123 j I'm giving. So you just keep this, or you can do to public also. No other conditions to know that you can have to that. But usually we do as a good practice that we create our own environment, and on top of that we do, because we are more than 20 people. If too many environments are there, it will go. Anyways, I will delete some of the duplicate environments here. Okay. So create this. Okay. So when you see this environment, you can, when you go to the environment, so whatever when you're practicing is, you have directly go to the environment. Don't create environment. Kbo J123 is there. There you go and do it. Okay. So you can see in this environment, all my activities will be there. Whatever the API keys I do, the automation launches, the triggers I configure, everything will automatically here. So on the more, you will see this Joule. Okay. Now click on the Joule. Because there's a new environment, guys, nothing is deployed. Any Joule skill is not done. So see, this is a Joule digital assistant, no data. Okay, why I'm showing you right now is once we create a Joule skill, again, you have to come here and you have to launch your Joule skill from here. Okay, as there is no data, we cannot launch the Joule digital assistant, which is our copilot. Okay, now let's create destination. Now this one I created, right? Now I'm going back to control tower again. Go to the destinations. This is again, I'm building from scratch. One sec. Let's open the BTP cockpit. Okay, create from the scratch. Okay, I gave all my whatever you create now, because you also create the same destination, so this will get flooded. I'm not denying to create destination. You create it, but add your suffix of the name. Okay, I'm adding KJ, Kbo my name, and J for Joule I'm adding. Say similarly, you can add something, the first two letters there, and then you add this one, S4 HANA mock. Okay, this name, this will be your HTTP protocol only here. So I'm getting what now from S4 HANA, I'm getting the business partners. Okay, business partner is a primary element for all your vendor as well as customer in the SAP, right? So for that, I'm getting the main one, business partner master data. So with that only, I'll build some small application here. Okay, so let me do this. So once I'm doing this, this is HTTP. No need of any description. Just hold on. System is still broken. It's not allowing me to do. I'll just copy paste this for you. This is a common standard API URL only. Okay. Everything goes with your HANA-on-demand.com. Okay. And there is a common thing /SAP/OPU. Okay. And your OData. This is all OData, which I'm dealing with it. Okay. And then your API business partner. Okay. Now after this, whatever you have to do is you have to add properties. Okay. So this S4 HANA mock connections, whatever we are trying to do, this will not directly
Did you
execute.
put that in the chat? I don't see
Yes,
that.
yes.
It says
Yes, I added in the
cannot,
chat box. So these are the properties which you have to mandatorily add, guys. Okay. You can just, you don't need to recreate. When you're recreating, just copy my connection. That's it. That is enough for you. So this is first time I'm showing you everything here. These are all required because without these additional properties, your Joule skill cannot be used. we need the build usage, we need the process automation, we need the SAP application development actions. All these things are required. Okay. So build usage will be your OData generator. So OData underscore gen. Okay. So here I have given everything here. You can see this. This is not, this doesn't require any authentication. This is directly from API S4HANA only, as we are already been into it. I don't require any authentication, so I'm using it. I'm just creating this.
How these keys help actually? Is it negotiation for the connection or what exactly?
Which one is properties? Huh?
Yes,
These properties are mandatory ones to like to run your application. From the SAP standard list, I have taken these ones. These are all mandatory.
What if we don't do that? What if we don't configure? What is
That's what I'm saying. If you're not configuring, your Joule will not run. Your application will not run. See, this process automation enabled, this will help you to run your automation process in the Joule. This application development actions, when you enable it, whatever the Joule skills you are writing it right, system will try to, system will understand them. If you're not doing that, system will not understand them. And build usage, whatever the OData that you want to collecting, this API business partner and all these things, right? When you want to collect them from S4HANA, if you're not adding this value, it will not get the data. So that is why to get these things, we are adding these additional properties here. Okay, the connection went successful. I gave in the links also. So now the next one, once you have done this connection successful message, I have given, okay, he has given this, right? Okay, fine, good.
The connection connection should we create individually? Like, can't we use the same?
You can use the same connection. Yeah, you can use it because if you want to learn, so that's the reason I told you duplicate that and use it. Don't try to make anything else on that. Even if you create or just delete that, you can use mine also. Okay, no worries on that. So once you are done with the connection, once everything is okay, you have to create few more also. Okay, so in this, what is the application I'm trying to do it is, for now, I'm taking business partner, means customer ID or vendor ID or employee ID, let's say. Now you're all employees in Tech Mahindra. Okay, let's say everyone is an employee Tech Mahindra and you hold what? Generally, everyone holds some ID card. ID card generally holds what? Your ID card generally hold what? Your ID number. Okay, so that ID, for example, if you have lost ID, what is that you generally do if you lost ID? Everyone, you will go and report to your security, okay, generally, or else they will tell you that you have to write an email on top of that to security, CCing your manager or someone. So you have to make this process. So once that is done, it will go to your managers and something, and they will ask you to additionally do some other activities on top of that. So it is it's a big activity. So now you are automating this through Joule. Now, what are we doing here? We are learning to create a ID service, which is a skill that you are developing in the artificial intelligence using Joule. Now, what you are doing here, for that you are taking some data from the S4HANA. First one, S4HANA mock, I have taken the IDs, like business partner numbers I'm taking. And the next one, the same kind, you are taking another API service, which is called ID services or badge services. From the badge services, you will collect the badge informations for the particular user. Now, these two, you will enable it and you will fed that information into the Joule environment. Okay, so first of all, if you want to fed that information into Joule environment, you have to collect that. That collection is nothing but this destination creation and activation. Okay, now whatever I have done, the specific activity for ID service also will be there. That also we will do now. Now let me take that one also, another destination. Okay, now let it come in the meanwhile. I'll build this one also. Now, whatever I have built, same thing I can duplicate. Okay, this is for again KJ underscore batch service. Okay, so this is again same protocols will be there. You don't need to do anything if you are copying pasting. That's the only, we have a separate URL for this to collect this one. I'll just tweak that data. That's it. So instead of S4HANA, I'll collect another one, which is another API for badges for this. These are all there in SAP already. Okay. So this is nothing but your badges.cfapps.u10.onondemand.com, and this is again not a OData, this is a service. Okay, so here you have to tweak that one. Okay, so this is done. I added these ones. So the name is given, everything is done. There is no requirement of it. So here you will add these ones which are already there. Just create this. So whatever this bad service thing is there, you can just check the connection of it as well. Yeah, these two are working good, fine. Now, whatever the required API and service you want, you have created that in BTP. That is the first step which was done. Okay. Then once you go to the BTP suite, now go back to your sub account. No, yeah. Don't go for Joule. It will only open a link. Okay. It's only for your enablement link. It will not do anything, but it is a existing, what we call enablement for your build apps Joule Studio. Okay. So have to go through build apps only, whatever you're building for Joule Studio. Now you have to associate the destinations with environments, whatever we have done. Similarly, what I have shown you earlier, right? So go to the destinations, add, slowly it's coming, just wait. So you can see this, whatever KJ is there. Next. So to specific environments, because whatever the environment we have created, I told you, right? This is the one which we can go KBO123J we created now. Add the destination. Okay, now go for add again. Take the S4HANA mock one also. This is the one. Next, specific environments. This one, add destination. Okay, no worries, because already there, I think so. Okay, this is fine. I can correct that later, no issues. Now go for this one. Okay, I will add these in public environments also at times, because if I'm not selecting that, that might be a problem again. At times, the single environments might have issues in the security. I will add these to public also. Where is this KJ? Okay, everything went up. Okay, no worries. Okay, they're already gone, no issues. Let's go for the next one. So we have created the destinations. Okay, while you are creating, right, ensure you map them to public, this environment and public environment also, because public is mandatory there. I forgot to add it. Okay, so then once you are done with that, the control tower configuration is also done. Then you have to go for the next one, which is called action projects creation. Okay, so what are you doing here in the action projects? What is this action projects will do? Actions, as I said earlier, here, these ones will be used for us in building the BPA processes whenever we want to connect the process with the external system, like it's SAP or non-SAP, and whenever you want to make some CRUD operations or some post operations, get operations, any other calls you want to make it out, you need these actions to initially build. Okay, so these will be created okay, where you can consume them in your Joule skill or Joule Studio. Okay, so how to create, what to create, I'll show you now for this particular purpose. If you go to the actions, first create. So you will see you can choose an API source here. Okay, from live API sources like OData and all these things you can select, or if there is any business specific APIs also you are doing that, you can do it. Okay, or if you want to do everything from scratch, you can do it. Okay, as we have already done from OData and all these things, I'm just going for OData destination because this is where my BTP sub account consume this OData APIs. Okay, I'm selecting this one. Okay, so now here, if you see whatever the destinations I added now, so those will appear here. Okay, the KJ and all these things will come here. See here, my KJ S4 mock is there, KJ bad service is there. Now select the first one, KJ S4 mock. That is my OData API. Okay, the other one is a service. Anyways, now it is done. Now it will, these are all the by default system will identify and add to this. Okay, this HANA mock, from HANA mock OData destination. Just simply go next. Don't select anything here at this moment. Just simply go next. Okay, now it will give you, you have to give a project name for that. You can write, this will be a very bigger names. You can choose any shorter things here. Like you can say KJ underscore API underscore business. And this is a business partner, right? So I'm writing underscore business partner. Okay, there will be a detailed description. Remove that. This is nothing but write like this. This will give Joule skill access to information about business partners. Okay, ma? So then simply create this. Okay. Now, when you see this, this will connect to S4HANA database and get all the relevant entities from your S4HANA. See here, you're seeing all the relevant entities for this. There are many entities are there. So you can see all the business partner entities. Business partner 20 is there. Okay, A underscore business partner 20 is there. And on top, you have some addresses there. Everything will be there. So whatever the relevant entities are there, it will get all those entities here. Many entities are there here. So it is hard for me to get it, right? So basically what I want is a normal business partner, okay, which will retrieve the business partner data by using some number, okay, and whatever the business partner general data will be there, right? Those two only we need it. So I'll get only those two here. So for that, you have to first search it in your search box. These are all starting with, expand this. If you can see, these are all databases, entities are starting with A underscore. So let's search underscore A with capital A. Enter. Now you will see capital A underscore business partner here. This address, no, not this one. Now see here, this is one such thing which is showing to us. 1 second. Where is this business partner? 1 second. This is the top only, right? Okay.
That's the one expanded, right? It is expanded. All these methods are.
Yes, these are all get and post methods. 1 second. I want business partner. 1 second. 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, this is the one which I need. Retrieve business partner data using the business partner number. Yeah, this is the one which I want. And then I am looking for general data also. So let me look into the general data. See, this is the one. Retrieves business partner general data. These are the two ones which we needed to do it. Rest all also you can do it, based on your requirement, but these are the major ones which we generally go, number and general data. Now I'm adding that things. Okay. Now you will see these two individual IDs here. Retrieves business partner data by using the business partner and general data. Okay. If you go for the first one, you will see input. What is the input? Business partner number. Okay. If you choose output here, you will see a lot of data, lot of records on that. You don't need all these things. There will be a lot of bulk volume of records will be there. We don't need all these in unnecessary information here. Whatever is required, we can pick that. See, this all information, if you pick it right, it will unnecessarily overweight your current skill and it might not execute properly the way you want. Okay. As it is learning, let's go simple and easy for you. So now here under this, we'll go with business partner number and it's kind of its name. Okay. So if you go down simply, you will see the business partner. Okay. If you go down, just expand that. If you have any confusions here. Okay. So business partner have these ones. Let's say I need the first name and last name of the business partner. Okay, sorry, the first name and last name. Where is last name? Okay, here, this is the last name. Okay, so these three you selected, right? So in the output, you have selected those three. Okay, where is that? No, this went okay. Business partner, again, last name and first name. Okay, so once you are done with this, you can say remove. Okay, remove whatever the other fields are there, you can remove them. First, you have to add the fields which you have added. Okay, now just simply add the fields. Sorry, not these ones. Okay, let me do this. Let's select everything. You select every field. Okay, other than last name, first name, remove all the things. Uncheck the business partner. Yes, now remove all these unnecessary fields. Remove directly. So you will see last name, first name, and business partner. Okay, so these ones now you have to test it. Whatever has been came. Now this is your test tab. That means what you are testing whether the data that is there in the system, it is getting it or not. Okay, now if you can go to the test tab. Okay, if you go to destination, this is why we configure destinations, right? We have a lot of destinations here, but what is the S4HANA mock that I have created, KJ, right? If you see that S4HANA KJ mock, is it coming here? Okay, 1 second. Because I have not made it public, right? It is not showing me now here. Am I missing this? No, right? 1 second. Even though if your destination is not showing, no worries, you can still go for with URL also. Whatever the URL we given right in the destination, you can use that. There are two options will be there. Okay. So here also you can just go for test. Okay. We can give the business partner number. You can just go business partner number, URL, no authentication, test. It will get the data of the database. See,
Kevu,
this is the last.
there you mentioned about the keys and all. So if you're giving it manual, those keys are not required here.
Which keys? That is destination,
Destination.
right? Yeah, that required. The destination is there, but when I'm calling it here, it is not happening. That's it. That is not a problem. You can still go with your URL also. That is the reason I'm telling you now, while you're doing that, share the and put that environment to both public and to your own environment. Or else keeping public also good, because in sandbox, public is the one which will purely works good. Okay, because to let you know this kind of activities are there, so you can do that also, is what my intention to show you. Okay, you guys can directly go to public and put that. So now this is retrieving the information from the business partner master records. Okay, now the test is went well. Now you have to do is what? You have to save the test. Okay, in the similar manner, you have to retrieve the general data also. Go to the general data again, go to output, again expand this results. Okay, now if you go to select all and deselect the first name, last name, and business partner. And then remove all those fields. We'll see the results here. And go to test. Again, same thing. For this retrieving also, you have to test it. The same URL will come now. Once you have given that, you don't need to again have to give it there. Okay. And then you have to put these details here. Hold on. Yeah. Now if you can go down, test that. See, it is getting all the records in this. There, in my first get retrieve business partner data by using number, by number it is getting. Now here it is getting entire database. Mean whatever the complete records you're seeing here, right? There are many records that are there with different business partner numbers are there. Okay. So now save this. This result showing positive means which your URL is able to connect to S4HANA database, getting the entity and all the data it is populating here, which means that now you can play with this data. So now save this. Okay. Once this is saved, whatever the action you have created, right? This action should be immediately released. You should not keep it like that. Okay. Now I'm releasing this one. Release this. Okay. So this is released and you have to publish this particular action as well. If you're not publishing this, you cannot see this API business partner action in your Joule build skill. That is the reason you have to release it and you have to publish it. Okay. So publish this one. The project has been published. See here, this one someone asked me, right, what is action project? Whatever you are doing right now, right, this is called action project, right? So now once we are done with this action project, the first one what we have done for this business partner. Next one, ID service, which is called bad service. The same way you have to create for bad service also. Okay. Now I'm going back to the overview again, or else you can go to the build platform again. Again, go to actions. Again, create. Okay. Now under here, you will
How
do
about the negative? Sorry, Kebu, one question. How about the negative case? Let's say the business partner does not exist, right? So will it give any message or it will just be blank?
your test is, that is why I'm testing, right? If my BP is not existing, I should know, I should get that my BP is not, that means the required BP is not getting, or that record is not there. Then it's no sense in making the application, usually. So in act, that is the purpose of actions where you will create and check the data more further itself only before you're creating a Joule source.
While testing, it will fail. I think the test will fail.
No, I just want to know. Yeah, correct. So will it trigger a message or it will just be blank?
Oh, no. Here the test will generally fail. That's it. And your so-called action where you created will be useless for you, which it will not, because it will not retrieving the records for what you want to create it. In case if records are there, that will be workable anyways. Yeah, there might be some cases, certain times, when the data you are requesting might be due to connection failure or sometimes due to authentication, it might not get. Then at Joule interface level, it will shows you clearly that the data does not exist or the data is unable to retrieve. These kind of messages you might see in the Joule front end, in the Copilot.
Okay. So basically for failure cases, do I need to write separate, message that I have to use a custom mechanism to do it, or
no messages? Yeah, these are all automatically by default. It will be generated by, if there is no data, system will generate. The generative AI will do that.
So how do we?
I cannot go with an assumption that whatever the user is giving input, it will be 100% successful case, right, Kebu? So how would I provision for the negative case is my question actually.
That's whatever the SAP database is collecting, all that it will give you. That is what your negative assumption means. If something is not there, right, it will shows an error or message to you on the screen itself only. So you will not create something negative assumption here. Like, in BPA, we have a decision matrix. If this is that, do that. If this is not there, do this. You will not say. If things are there, it will give you. If things are not there, it will say it is not possible. That's it. The negative cases will work in Joule like that. You will not create separate negative cases here.
No, I think the question is about exception handling. Like if there is
that's what exception handling. I understood that. If something is not there, how Joule will respond is what he's asking.
Right? Yeah.
No, then Joule will respond that it is not there or the connection is not possible. These are the things you will see. It will not initially do any negative kind of scenarios also. It will not bind it up. Then if everything you're telling, right, generative AI doesn't make any sense. So we will tell them, collect this data, show this data when it is asked. If the data irrelevant things are asking, then it will show not possible. Automatically, it will do the native things. You don't need any separate configuration for that. Okay.
Yeah.
So now here create, now as we have done the badges from APIs, now you have to select the APIs. Here, OData destinations again. Browse the OData destination, pop up here, whatever this is there. And just select your service here. Whatever the KJ service that we have built, this one. Take that. Say next. Put the name for it. Access to identity, third-party badge service. Okay, create this. Okay, it will add a lot of things here. So you have to, this is a third-party service. Again, we are using that. So you need all these things. You have to delete that. You have to update an entry, because what are we doing here? You might update a new entry for that. You might delete the old entry, because the moment I'm saying, hey, my badge is lost, it has to delete it. So it has to delete, it has to update it. It has to get the entities for that. Right? And then you can add the create badge for that. You can add the, what we call these ones also, badges for that. Okay, 1 second, right? Okay. So we got all the get these one. This add new entity is not required because we are not getting any new entities in this example. We are already doing a entity from badge from the data. We will invoke an action. That means we will invoke the current ID. The moment when you're complaining, hey, my ID is lost, it will be invoked. If you ask to create new entity, it will create that. If you ask to update another one by losing some ID, it will do that. Or if you want to delete that completely as the employee exited, it will delete that. So these actions will be done by Joule automatically the moment when you give instructions or prompts in the front end. So that is the reason I'm configuring them in the back end. Okay. So now add them. Okay. So for example, here, if you go to the invoke action, post invoke action here, these are all input: status, last name, first name, partner ID. These are all comes as part of the input. Okay. We go to the output. Okay. All the output is all automatically being placed here. Okay. These are all you need as part of the output. When created, who created, okay. What is the badge ID? What is the status of it? Partner IDs, everything is required. Okay. So in this, what is that system is doing wrong is this badge ID should be number, not string. Okay. So whatever you want to edit, you can edit that as well. So you can change that to number, the badge ID. Okay. So in the input also, we already have the community IDs and business partner IDs are there. Here, I don't need the process instance ID, which is not required for me. So I'm removing. So whatever you don't require, you can remove them as well. The way which we have done in the earlier exercise, you can do this. That's it. This is the only thing you can do as part of the service configuration. Okay. Save this entire configuration and then release this and publish. Publish this. This is published. Now, if you want to test it, you can test it. Okay, if the destinations are coming, that's okay. If they are not coming, also no worries. We can just go with the manual thing. We can just lead to your BTP destinations there. You can collect the URL from there directly. Okay. So what is my KJ batch service? Copy this URL. Go to the testing partner URL here. Add that here. Okay, and simply test it here. Okay, we can give any value here. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Oh, sorry. This is the delete one. In the invoke one, we have to give it. So test this URL here. Okay. So these values you have to enter. That means the moment when you're entering something, system should take. Okay. So there is some standard data is there, which we have already earlier given. So that is the one I'm just giving here. Okay. And then I'll just test this. So here it is able to take that into a JSON. If this is not going to, this API is not going to trigger, right? I'll get an error. It is reading what are the information I'm giving, which means that the same activity will be performed by Joule also. This API. That is the understanding. Okay. Now you have to ensure that the destination has been correctly selected in all these cases. Now, even if not destination, the URL, whatever that we have configured for this. Okay. So the test went well. Now the next activity we have to do is we have to use Joule Studio to create and deploy the skill. Okay. Now the main activity, we are going here. Going to SAP build. Okay. So this is the studio, guys. As I said earlier, in build environment, the Joule will focus on all the capability developments. So it gives SAP customers and partners also for all creation of Joule skills and custom agents, whatever you want, you can do it as a one single Copilot coordination. Okay. So let's go into it. We go to create, you will see the Joule skill here. Next, put a name of it. KJ underscore create batch. Okay. So this one you have to give clearly because this is the description where Joule will pick it. Okay. So let's say clearly create a batch for an employee given the employee ID, because you are giving the employee ID, right? Based on that, it will create. Now review this, create. Okay. Now this diamond symbol always shows you're in Joule Studio. Okay. You can see there is a Joule Studio top also on the build environment. Now here we are in the initial page. There you have to, whatever the Joule skills or agents will be there, you will create accordingly. Now we are creating skill, not agent. Okay. I'm going for skill now. So the skill I'm creating, like this is create batch. Don't give gaps, will not take. Create a batch for an employee given the employee's ID. This is the description of that. Same screens you will see again, whatever you have seen in the BPA, right? Similar screens you will see, but the functionality will be different. That's it. See, trigger and same we have already practiced there, right? But the only thing is here, you can see clearly this is a Joule, which is a prompt, which is nothing but a skill you are adding, not a process. Now here, what we'll do, we'll go to the trigger first of all, click here. You have to define the triggers input and output parameters. Okay, anyway, general information will be there. Okay, for now, let's not Joule alone, because if you do this now, Joule will generate the responses instead of you. There will be no learning for you. That is the reason I'm just switching this off for now. Okay, if you ask it, Joule will automatically do it. See, it is clearly telling if you do activate this feature, you need to use the send message step to configure response. Whenever I want to send messages and everything, right? Joule will not do, I will have to do, because we have to learn. I have switched it off. Okay, this can be okay. Allow skill to be started directly. This has to be okay. This you can keep it on. This I turned off for now. Okay, now go to the parameters. So here you have to always, you will have skill inputs, skill outputs, skill variables. These three will be there. You have to configure. Okay, so now just do this one. In the skill inputs, you have to configure the inputs. What is my input here for the badge skill? Employee ID will be my input. The status will be input. The community ID where this employee is working is an input. These are all the inputs. Any other inputs also you can thought and do it, but you can just see these are the main inputs. The employee ID. Okay. The identifier will be automatically copied from the name. Okay. Identifier is for the Joule purpose. Same thing you can just copy paste here. No hassles here. Just give it. This is a string. This is an important field required. So I'm making it as mandatory. Okay. And then add the other input fields also. Status, status, status. This is also string here. Okay. This is not mandatory anyways. And then you'll go for community ID. Okay. We keep it as community ID. Okay. This is all I have added. The inputs have been done. Okay. I added the employee ID, status, and then community ID with the descriptions, identifiers given. The strings, all are strings only here. Nothing to change it here. Okay. Yeah. One thing we can make it out here. This is an important mandatory thing here. One second. Let system come here. Okay. Apply this. and go for skill outputs now. Configure them. So when you give the employee ID, what you have to get? You get an employee ID, employee name, and the ID. That means the badge ID number, right? So those ones your information. So badge. So output whatever you are requiring, you can give it here. Badge. Badge is a number which is required. Output, these are all it will show. Employee ID. No gaps here. String. This is also showed in the output, because whatever you want to show in the Copilot output, you are configuring those in the output skills. That's it. So similarly, employee name. Just to make it required. These are all required to show in the output, and simply accept it. Apply. See, all mandatories are came here, which is mandatory. You can see here, employee ID. Okay. And then if you go to the main one, in the design console, you still see some errors. See here what it is telling. Your end event output is not connected. Your Joule skill must contain at least one activity. You have deactivated the generated response, so you need to add a send message step. So these are all. This is a warning which you can ignore, but these two are your errors, which you have to clear that. Okay. So now further, what I'll do, I'll go to my thing here. First of all, okay. So under to trigger to this end, there is a plus symbol, right? Same whatever we have done for BPA, you have to repeat that. If you go to plus symbol, it will show you all these things. Okay. Not that you can run an automation in that, or you can run a process, or you can call an action, which we have just done. You can launch a Joule skill under a one Joule skill also. Okay. Or else if you have any conditions, variables you want to make it, you can do it. Or if you want to send a response or notifications, you can use it. These are all that purposes. So now we are doing we configured actions. Now we'll call those actions. Okay. Now call action. So you have to see all the actions, browse all actions. So in this, you will see the get business partner. You can just simply say get. It will show you all gets. Okay. So is anyone practicing parallelly with me? There are many things I'm seeing here. Get stock level for material, get business partner. So what is the project I have taken? KJ, right? Yeah, this is the one. This is a batch service. But what about this one? Business partner. See the project name. So based on that, you can take this out. Where is my... What is the project name I have given there? Okay, this is the one, right? Yes, this is the one. KJ retrieves business partner data by using business partner number. Now select this and add this. Okay, the moment when you add it, system will add like this. What is that? Okay, no worries. No dependency. Okay, just keep this here. And then you will see a step name here, and you have to, for every process you keep it, any action you keep it in the Joule skill, it should have a destination variable. It will not be created prior. You have to create on the go. Okay, so you have to create a destination variable for it. So for this, I'm creating it here. So like this, you create your own. S4HANA underscore mock KJ. This is for business partner API. This is destination create. So once you create the destination variable for this one, you just add this, it will show you there. It is created by why it's not showing. Let me refresh this. See, two are there. Yeah, you can go for the first one. Just refresh always your things. Okay, now choose the inputs. Here you will map those inputs. Business partner is what? Employee ID, right? From the inputs, you'll map your one and then go to the outputs and map the outputs also. You see the map, the outputs will be anywhere there will be there. The business partner first name, last name. You have to just reconfirm, that's it. Okay. And then you have to just go here. Just save this. Once it is saved, done. Again, go to here. After this, you'll do one more action, which is the batch service. I'm going for batch service now. Which is that one. KJ, you can keep it. So in this invoke, this is the one which we have written there, right? So take this one, invoke creation batch. Okay, simple. Here also I have to create a destination variable for this. KJ batch invoke. Copy paste the same thing here, create this. You won't get this immediately. So just refresh the screen. Okay. So now let's go into the main skill again. Usually this will refresh and come if you wait for 1.5 minutes, but we have time, which is already over. So I'm just running here for this. So you can see badge invoke. Okay, now go for inputs. Okay, first one is business partner ID. Expand your these ones, all these ones. Okay, business partner ID is your business partner number. Community ID will be your community ID. First name will be your first name from this action pane. And last name will be your last name. And status will be from your status. So everything you can map like this, simple, from the action set. Similarly, if you go to the outputs, you can select all these things are there for this, which we have already done, right? That's it. Just save this action as well. Okay. Once it is saved, now it has to do what? It has to send a message to whom it was lost. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you.